Good morning, everyone. So excited you could make it to an 8:15 presentation on the depths of mobile technology after a severe night of partying. Thank you so much for coming out here. My name is Steve. I'm the Director of Product for Mobile Apps at The Knot. And I'd like to begin with the fact that I proposed to the love of my life about a year ago this week. And she said yes. I was kind of uncertain that she would say yes, but she did. You're never sure until you're sure, and I was very, very happy that she was sure. 2 weeks after that happened, after I proposed, The Knot acquired my mobile startup. We had built a search engine for local businesses. We built a lot of proprietary technology and location-based services. I was featured in the App Store as the best new app of 2013, so it was really a perfect fit for The Knot, who's an industry leader in making these local connections. And so my whole team is now at The Knot building mobile apps, and we're so excited to do that. A week into my first week at The Knot, so now it's 3 weeks into wedding planning, my first task was to build a wedding planning app. And if you're a product person like me, this is a dream scenario. I was literally asked to build a wedding planning app as I began wedding planning. I was asked to build the thing I'm best at doing for the person I love most. This became an insane passion project. I kept staring over Rebecca's shoulder, and she got so annoyed with me because I kept trying to see how she used her phone. And then I realized I couldn't do that anymore because I didn't want to annoy her anymore. So we started bringing in 10 brides every single week into the Knot's headquarters. After 4 months, we had interviewed several hundred brides, heard several hundred anecdotes, what they loved about mobile, what they hated about mobile, what they wish mobile could do for them. And so we started designing an app. And every single feature that we designed and built was requested and validated by a mobile couple. And now it is the #1 wedding app in the Apple App Store in the world. We have 5 times the amount of downloads as our second closest competitor. And we have 2 million actions that are taken in that wedding app every single day. It's amazing to see it work. And we've learned so much about the mobile couple. So we have a very simple agenda for today. I want to tell you about 1, what mobile couples want, and 2, how you can serve them. So let's get into this. What do mobile couples want? Well, they want you. They want wedding professionals. 80% of couples use mobile apps to plan their weddings. And 50% of them look up and or manage wedding professional contact info via mobile. I see this every single day in the Knot Wedding Planner app. We have lots of things you can do. You can find vendors and contact them. You can browse beautiful inspirational photos, which you spend a lot of time on that specific section. You can keep on task with the checklist. You can manage your guest list. You can manage your budgeter. And the most popular tab in the app is vendors. How amazing is that? Everyone should be jumping up and down that that's the case. Brides want you, and they want to find you and talk to you through mobile applications. It's amazing. The second thing they want is photo sharing. We all know these stats, but I wanted to share just a specific one, that photo sharing is exploding. Look at that graph and how it's just taken off with Snapchat, Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook contributing. 18 billion photos are shared every single day, which leads me to my next point, that there is an unprecedented level of transparency in the industry today. And it's not just with photos, it's with content in general. A couple can simply go to Google, type in your name, see your Yelp profile, your Foursquare profile, your Knot profile. They can hit images. They can see all your pins, all your Instagrams. They can see you in so many different ways and get a hold of you and contact you in so many different ways. And so it's contingent upon you to control that message and that content as much as possible. And the way you control it, in the best way that I've found, is to respond incredibly quickly to brides. When I first heard this stat, it blew my mind. Responding to a newlywed within 5 minutes of her contacting you increased overall responses by 900%. 900%. So 24 hours is the baseline, that a bride emails you. You have 24 hours to respond. That's kind of what she expects. But if you can take that 24 hours down to 5 minutes, it will increase your chances of hearing back from her by 900%. If you wait an hour, so just a little bit out, that's still responding pretty quickly, it's a 400% chance increase. The longer you wait, the less and less it gets until you have 24 hours, then you actually have a declining chance of booking her. And when we asked brides in interviews why this was, 2 interesting findings came out. One is that when they're in research mode, they're in research mode. And so if you hit them back when they're in research mode, just the chances are exponential that they'll respond back. But as soon as they're out of research mode, and it's really easy to get out because there's friends, there's family, there's cat videos on YouTube, which I watch all the time personally. Who doesn't like cat videos? But there's everything that distracts them and captures their attention. And if you email them back outside of that research window, the email is going to get buried, and it's going to get buried, and it's going to get buried. The second reason is even more interesting to me, though, and it's trust. If you email back instantly, we ask them why trust means so much to them, and it's because they believe that you will be there for them when they need you most. Isn't that incredible? It's that responding back is that on a moment's notice when they email you that you will be there for them. Just imagine friends who you text and they don't respond and how annoying that is. Now imagine the friend who texts back immediately and you always know they're going to be there, and how that's a warm, fuzzy feeling. That's nice. It actually builds trust in your relationship with the couple and increases your chances of booking them. The last thing that brides want is thoughtful communication. And this may sound trite, but I want to review a framework with you that I think is critically important for your business. It's the what and the why scenario. I want every single person in this room to leave the room with the what and the why framework in their heads and evaluating their businesses through the what and the why. So let's review that. If I'm a florist, responding with the what framework in mind is, hey, I have great flowers, great prices, it'll really make you happy. That's what. Now, it's proven psychologically, and this was validated in our interviews, that the part of the brain that receives what information, what you do, is the part of the brain that processes logic, it crunches data, it crunches math. That is not, make no mistake, the part of the brain that makes decisions. The part of the brain that makes the decision is the part of the brain that identifies with beliefs, concepts, and ideas. It's that emotive part of the brain. It's a completely different part. And so now let's look at the florist from the why scenario. The why scenario says, I love providing flowers at weddings because I believe the flowers make the wedding. When I was a bride, the flowers made the reception decor come alive. And we source organically because we believe that you should support your community and the local gardens in our community. And I just dropped 3 belief statements in that very short piece of communication, and it's those beliefs that resonate with the bride that ultimately make her work with you. This has proven time and time again that brands, successful brands who talk about the what, fail, and brands who talk about the why succeed. Just imagine Apple. Every single thing they say is about what they believe. One commercial Apple has is, we believe the mobile phone should be so comfortable it should be an extension of your hand. And you say to yourself, oh yeah, I believe that too. It should be that comfortable. They don't say, oh, we have these microprocessors that make it fly at the speed of light. All that stuff, that's what they do, and that's very important, but that's not what resonates with people. And Apple knows that better than anyone. So if you walk away with one thing, always talk about the why in your communication. This is vitally important. Okay, now your mobile solutions. 3 tips. First tip, use great wedding apps. Use wedding apps that focus on connecting effectively, organizing contacts, educating prospects, and enable quick and easy communication. I want to mention 3 apps. The first one is Mailbox. When I owned my small business, Mailbox changed my life. They tried to reimagine mail in a mobile environment. And Dropbox, I think you guys know Dropbox, loved Mailbox so much, they bought it for $100 million last year. Mailbox, you don't even have to swipe your phone open to see who emailed you because it's sitting on your front screen, and you can see who it is and what the message is, so you know if you need to swipe it open and respond to it. It's also very customizable. It helps you organize all of your contacts very, very effectively. Changed my life. I know no one there. I don't get paid for saying that, but I love Mailbox. Clear, the big check mark there, it's $4.99 in the App Store. Every single person on my product team at The Knot has Clear on their phone, and I didn't tell them to do that. They just found it because they love apps and they love organization. And Clear is the best app I've found that helps you to organize your daily activities. Lastly, The Knot has the first ever wedding professional app live in the App Store. We built this app with all of the design principles in mind that we heard back from brides, the fact that they love quick, thoughtful communication. That app facilitates that. It's in current beta. It's accepting invitations, and we're excited to roll it out and really refine it from there. But it's the first ever wedding vendor app in the market. It's called The Knot Pro, and it's in the App Store. Skype, Gmail, Dropbox, PayPal, Evernote, these are indispensable to any small business who wants to be mobile enabled. I can talk your ear off about these apps after, but I only have a few more minutes left, so I'm going to do that later. Okay. 2 more slides in 40 seconds. Tip 2, make your website mobile friendly. We've talked about this a lot, but I just want to tell you how many times I've been in interviews with brides where they go to your website, not to research you, although that is important, but to see if your website is cool, because it means a lot to them that you are modern. And especially in talking about what Carly and Rebecca said about it's important for you to be unique, because that also speaks to that part of their brain. If you are unique, of all the places on the internet that should be unique, it should be your website, because it's your website. And so if you haven't invested in that, you need to do that. Lastly, because I'm out of time, go mobile in your communication. Be flexible with text and email. Brides love emailing and texting. Still provide strong, engaging language via text. You might think to yourself, hey, this is a text message, it needs to be short and sweet, but don't be bashful about really saying the why in that text, because they will read it. I can't tell you how many texts I've received that have been multiple pages of language, and I read it. Okay, parting, one last slide. Go mobile, respond immediately, remember the 900% factor, and personalize the communication with the what and the why framework. Thank you so much.